Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today we'll be talking about this game, the Pistons, Detroit basketball. I just want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this? Or do you guys agree with Coach Tibbs? Cade Cunningham's a free throw merchant, just like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Now, I think if we just get into this game, it'll be the easiest way to discuss what we saw in game 2. The fact that they were able to steal a game in the Garden. Big. Why? Because they showed up to their house and they were able to get it done. Which I think a lot of people said was probably the biggest question mark for a Pistons squad that just recently had gone from rebuilding squad to playoff squad. Now, for me, I love this. And I didn't know this until obviously it was all over the internet after the game. The Pistons made history. And obviously not the bad kind. Cade Cunningham exploded for the 33 points in 12 as Detroit snapped its 15-game playoff skid and stunned the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. That's the headline. First playoff win since 2008. Series tied 1-1, heading back to Detroit. And that's crazy. 15-game playoff losing streak. NBA record. To me, I think that's a little bit almost like gives you a little grit. Like, I know they have no relations to the team that won a game in 4. That was weird. They won a postseason game in 2008 in the Eastern Conference Finals versus Boston in game 4. There's no ties to that team. However, they came back, tied the game against the Knicks at 94 with under a minute left. And Dennis Schroder, shout out Dennis Schroder, defense hit the game sealing 3 to take the 97-point lead, and that kind of iced it and almost had an opportunity to like really close it out a second time, but he buries that dagger right past the under the minute marker, and that's when they had it. What, Schroder played for like 3 teams this year? It's crazy to think that he's on a playoff squad playing minutes for JB Bickerstaff. And we said it, 10 free throws. He got whatever he wanted driving into the paint. And either the refs or the Knicks couldn't contain him without fouling. He had a box plus minus of 5. And he just controlled the tempo. Like we said, he is the black Luka Doncic potentially. And compared to game 1, they were 8 of 21 in field goal and collapse. This was their redemption. The Pistons outscored the Knicks 14-6 in the final 4 minutes. And the Pistons held the Knicks to 42% from the field, which I think they showed a defensive identity. And they 10 of 35 from 3, which 28% if you guys don't know math. Now, the other thing I think is biggest, they out-rebounded them 48-34. That's like a 14-point or 14 rebound difference. 12 offensive boards. What do we always say? Rebounding the basketball, specifically offensive rebounds, physically imposes your will on your opponent. And when you're able to physically impose your will on your opponent, you get second chance opportunities. You start to play the mind games, and you're able to wear them down. We got a little Paul Reed baby too, with Isaiah Stewart out. That was nice. And the Knicks scored just 1 field goal in the first 7 minutes or so of the third quarter. And Tobias Harris, kind of like the last couple of like playoffs, highly impactful. 15 points, 13 rebounds. Jalen Brunson didn't have any help. He just carried the team. 37 points, 7 assists. But Towns, 5 of 11, continues. Look, guys, the Knicks, I'm telling you, as someone who's watched a lot of Timberwolves basketball, Karl Towns has had a tendency of disappearing in the very few playoff games he's played in. And OG Anunoby, you're supposed to be the champion. You got to show up. Both finished with 10 points after scoring 23 each in game 1. And the Knicks couldn't match Detroit's energy and grit and hustle. They only had 2 free throws in the first half compared to Detroit's 14. And their shot selection got worse as the game went on. And Detroit just closed. They were able to be poised, and they just closed. So the series is now 1-1. Game 3 shifts to Detroit. We know crowd's going to be so wild. You can't find anything that rhyme like Malice to the Palace with Little Caesar. Caesar. There's nothing that rhymes with Caesar. There is probably. Heezer. Yeah, I'm just not going to try it. But if Cade can keep it up, can he? I don't know. But if he can, it's going to be hard. But the biggest thing is the Knicks are going to make the adjustments. They're going to try to be bigger on the glass, better in transition. But let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear what you said. Was this just one win? Or is this the start of something real for Detroit? That's it. I'm done. Ciao. I want to watch the other game.